Russia vows to cut off the gas supply to Europe if Europe doesn't pay for its supplies in rubles. In other words, Russia is telling Europe and the West that if you want to buy my fuel, you want to buy my gas, then you need to pay with my own currency because your monetary system cannot be trusted, which is true. I mean, the West has seized Venezuela's gold. The West has seized the Russians' money and many other countries' money, okay? So they have weaponized the dollar to the sense that we're losing the world reserve currency. On top of that, the dollar's been nothing but a monopoly money because we printed out so much money, bought stock, give it out to the people closest to the printing press, and so on, okay? So what does this mean? Well, one more stab in the back of the end of the petrodollar. If the world wants to buy Russia's raw material, if it's gas, whatever it is, they got to pay in their own currency. I don't blame them, okay? We have weaponized the dollar, and here's the blowback. And the crazy thing is, in the West, like in America, we don't produce stuff. China is our producer or manufacturer. Russia is the raw resource provider. And so we're going to be in deep trouble. Not only have we bullied and sanctions and tariff China, the producer of goods, but now we're at a major conflict with the world's producer of raw materials. So if you combine no raw materials and we're pissing off the Chinese that make the production, well, in our economy, we're going to be in serious duty stuff because the whole economy is based on consumption. That's why they have 2.0, 3.0. That's why they're willing to let you borrow money to buy a car with no money down. That's why they're willing to let you get a house with no money down, less than 3%. They're even going to do down payment assistance because our whole system is rigged by consumption. Well, guess what? If there's no products to buy, because there's no raw materials, or because the manufacturer of the world doesn't want to sell his stuff anymore, guess what? What's going to happen to our economy? You tell me. When people don't make enough money, inflation is so high, there's no inventory, guess what's going to happen to the price of stuff? Even it's going to go even higher. So we're in a cyclical downfall that's spiraling very, very, very fast unless we stop bullying all these countries, And, I'm not for Putin, but I'm for fairness. And I can tell you, seizing people's assets locally and abroad is not a good way to do business. I believe that we should be role models, so because other people want to emulate us, copy us, versus, if we're going to bomb every other country, like how many countries have we bombed? I mean, the world has seen us bomb Iraq, Libya, Kuwait. I mean, the list goes on for so many years. It's hard for us to sit here and preach someone else for doing the same exact thing that we're doing. I'm not picking any sides, but I'm saying, look, dude, we need to mind our own business. We need to stop bullying people, and we need to be a role model. And because we've done all this crazy stuff, because we had endless wars, because we've decoupled so many governments around the world, because we've overthrown all these legitimate governments and installed puppets, and see, that has a side effect, that has a blowback, and the blowback is high inflation. The blowback is the average mom and dad has to work. The blowback is the average American is totally in debt. The blowback is now we're losing the world reserve currency. And the blowback is welcome to shortages like you haven't seen for 100 years. A lot of people haven't lived in a country where you go to the grocery store and there's only one brand of soap, and that soap is not there anymore. Well, the time is coming for America, unfortunately. And I hate to say this, but someone has to tell it to you like the way it is, because the corporate media is not going to tell you. The corporate Big Brother's not going to tell you. When Big Brother gets on TV and they tell you it's Putin's fault because of inflation, they're just lying to you. They're not telling you that they spend so much money on wars, that's why we have inflation. They're not telling you they print so much money, that's why we have inflation. They're not telling you that the lawmakers are being bought by the bankers, lobbyists, and the pharmaceutical company lobbyists, and they're making laws into the corporation's favor instead of the me and you. They're not telling you that stuff. Someone has to tell you the truth. And, I don't want to be the guy telling you that because I look like a bad guy. But someone has to do the right thing. And I'm telling you, we're about to be in some major pain coming up. There's going to be major food shortages. There's going to be major supply shortages. There's going to be major price hikes like we've never seen before. And with the way the media is, that they're only telling one side of the story. They're not even letting you see the other side of the story. They're banning the other side. They're burning books. And when you have that kind of democracy, when you have that kind of republic, then you know that you're not any different than China. You know you're not any different than Russia, because that's what they do over there. And if we say they're so bad over there, why do we do it here? Why do we take freedoms away from Americans here? Why are we not taking care of our Americans here? There's so much homeless people out there. There's mom and dads working every freaking day. The child care is so expensive. The asset prices are so expensive. Cars have double. Like, you can buy a car for $15,000. Now it turned to $24,000. Now it's $40,000. It's just an entry level car, and it just keeps going up and up. Why don't we fix our problems here instead of selling bombs and giving bombs to all these people all around the world that, you know, doing stuff because we told them to do, right? So the pain and suffering is coming, but at the same time, there's going to be a lot of opportunities when it comes to the real estate market, when it comes to cryptocurrencies, when it comes to buying businesses, wherever you look at, because when there is a fire, there's always opportunity, and there is a fire going on. The media is not telling you about it. Big Brother's not telling you about it. Only a refugee to America is telling you. And trust me, guys, I love America, and this is my home, and I hate to report this, but we're going down to hell the way things are looking like, because the military complex, the lobbyists, they don't give a rat's about me and you. They want our friends in body bags. They want your sons in body bags versus world peace.